Does anyone know what this word is? Yes, ma'am.
Insubordination.
Oh, I know.
Yes, ma'am.
Insubordination.
Yes, sir.
Insubordination.
Does anyone else know?
One more time.
Yes.
Insubordination.
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 Yes, ma'am.
Insubordination.
Yes. Okay. What does it mean?
A submarine, I think.
So it has to do with a submarine?
So it say sub.
Sub means below, right?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
So it has something to do with a submarine. Does anyone else have any idea what it means?
Like you're disobeying something.
Yes, yes. You do not obey a reasonable request. What is a reasonable request?
That's easy to.
Okay. So insubordination is not obeying a reasonable request for you by a teacher or a staff member. Okay? So that's insubordination. So for instance, if I tell you to stop talking and you don't, I was like, okay, I'm gonna write you up for insubordination. That means it was a reasonable request, right? If I ask you to run around the school 10 times in 3 minutes and you didn't do that, could I write you up for insubordination?
No.
Why? Because it's not a what?
Reasonable request.
It's not a reasonable request. Another reasonable request would be, guys, stop running in the hall. And you just look at me, turn around, and keep running. Is that insubordination?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If I ask you to help someone and you don't help them, is that insubordination?
Actually, no, but yes.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Why is it no and yes?
Because it's reasonable, but it ain't. It's a reasonable request, but it also not because you don't have to. Like, she's not forced to. She asks you. You ask.
Yeah, I ask you to help. But the reason it's not a reasonable request because some people have anxiety, right?
Right.
And they don't want to work with others. And sometimes maybe that person has an out with that person and they don't really want to be in their circle right now. So you have to judge a reasonable request. Subordination means not obeying a reasonable request by your teachers or a staff. Is it serious or not?
It's
Serious. Serious.
Yeah, it's serious. Okay, last thing I want to know, and maybe you know what I'm going to ask. What am I going to ask?
Did you learn something new?
Did you learn something new?
Yay!
And we learned that insubordination has nothing to do with a submarine going around the nation, right?